most importantly, you don't need to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think like you just need to be careful not to be getting Starbucks every day. I make really good money, like multiple six figures. And like we don't have any payments. Like the cars are all paid off. Every car I bought cash, the home is paid off, everything is paid off. Zero debt.
Yeah.
I don't like credit cards. I think like we should have financial education in our school system. The idea that you have to make a lot of money to have a lot of fun is false. It's all about spending habits.
You gonna mess around with any construction in Japan?
We already do.
Yeah.
Like there's a park behind where I live, and I've had this idea of like spending 3, 4, 5 grand and just like making it a really nice place for the kids in the area. Let's give them the American treatment. Let's put some monkey bars. Like also, I feel like I've never had more fun spending more money. The reality is most people can pick what their vice is. I just feel like the social norm in America is to have so many vices that you can't even afford to live. You don't get to being like this until you make like the mental sacrifice to realize like the image doesn't really fucking matter to anybody. It's about having fun. Wearing my onesie. It's my safety onesie with my safety Crocs.
Well, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Jay. And I like to mess with cars.
That was, I really put you on the spot with the...
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Okay, my name is Jay. I like to build cars, and I do a lot of Japan content. I have a property in Japan. I like to travel back and forth. We're going to move there full time. But yeah, I also own a construction company and some tech companies, I guess to say.
So how long ago did you start your content journey? How long ago did you really like kick into it?
Yeah, funny enough, I think like a year, maybe like two or 3 years of like posting random car stuff. But what I've learned is like car stuff, even though like everybody loves car stuff, right? But then that just means that more people are like posting car stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've posted car memes here and there, like whatever funny reels, but never anything serious. And then when I started posting seriously, it also just didn't do very well. I always thought like, oh, if I had an R8, which I used to have, I was like, oh, V10 R8, let me post myself working on it. And then I post videos and it was like, nobody cares. They're more worried about like seeing cool Honda Civics that you turbo for like 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the underdog winning.
Yeah, and so like that never did good. But when I bought my home in Japan and like I think I toured a property one time, and then it got like millions of views, and I got like within this span, I had like 500 or 800 followers, maybe even 1,000 or something, and within the span of like 5 months and like 4 videos, I got like 33,000 followers on Instagram. And then like 15 to maybe 12 to 15,000 on TikTok, and then like 2,500 on YouTube. So yeah, I started posting Japan content like a year ago. That was really long-winded. Sorry.
No, this is ideal.
Yeah. Japan content is what did it, and that's been like a year.
And you didn't just get interested in Japan. Like you've been into the idea of Japan for a while.
Yeah, like Asian culture, and I always wanted to just go to like, I don't know, another country that just experience something different. I feel like a lot of cultures, America is special in the fact that it's very diversified, but I think that also doesn't unify us. Unfortunately, I wish it was like that. Like I love everybody no matter your race or skin, and and I'm sure there's a lot of people like that. But unfortunately, a lot of people are also very diversified. And I like other countries because they're more unified. And so it's always been go to another country and just experience culture. There's also culture, right? Like, what do we have? 200 years of culture in the US? People forget that our country is like 200 years old.
Yeah.
And it's so small compared to like the history of time, at least like recorded time. Like countries like Japan that have thousands and thousands of years of culture and history and
monoculture,
unity.
like one consistent,
Yeah, and
built up.
I feel like America could be like that even if you had different cultures. I just feel like we haven't got to like the unity yet, hopefully, if we ever do. Like
hopefully.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always been some type of culture, and then Asian culture, I think, kind of just started creeping in because it was just like further and more different than like I'm Mexican, so I already know what that's like.
Yeah.
And I entertained buying houses in Puerto Rico, but I was like, oh, that's also like kind of still America.
How
Uh,
does that impact between content consulting is just pretty random, right? That's
it's pretty like I do it at least like 5 to 10 a week,
okay.
most likely, and I get paid like 40 to 50 bucks a consult, and they're 30-minute blocks, so it's pretty nice. I do consulting, and actually I focus more on that now and content because we have a baby now. Excuse me, and I'm doing less construction stuff. Um,
That I feel
yeah,
like construction's one of those fields where a lot of people get into it because, hey, I can do things with my hands, I can whatever,
yeah,
and you can get out there and just it's a guaranteed people need construction stuff.
yeah. I
You
feel
will
like
find
yeah.
work.
There's always been a shortage of like I feel like construction, maybe not. Like there's definitely a surplus of like contractors, shady contractors,
Yeah,
but there's definitely uh
there's still always a need for
but
contractors.
I feel like there's not enough people who do the work, like laborers and
Yeah, yeah.
subcontractors. So I feel like that's where my value comes in is like I definitely cut out the middleman contractor. I still charge close to what they do, but I offer more
Yeah, yeah. If you,
value
the
and
value
yeah,
drive is like
yeah,
all of it, which
yeah,
is where I was going,
yeah.
because most of the time when I talk to someone who has a new venture or like they have their own entire company that has nothing to do with construction, they started from that and they always have that same beginning origin of, well, I don't have any middlemen, so I'm able to charge the same and just like over deliver.
Yeah,
And
it's always been like that. For me, I mean, like, and it's nice because contractors are greedy pieces of crap and they make a lot of money. But it's fair. I mean, like if work's thin, it kind of makes sense. But it's nice because now I make like ridiculous money on projects. If you're cutting out a sales guy in a big fancy office and all this stuff,
yeah,
people like that,
yeah.
you know? Um,
Honestly, there's more trust to be had there too, because
yeah, and I can get away now with doing like we actually just did a roof project. We just sold it technically. And it's like you make 5 to 10 grand. You're like, I only have to do 3, 4 days of work and
yeah.
you make a month's salary.
No, I
Now,
mean even
yeah,
on our construction end,
yeah,
we have the excavators and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
One of those jobs, if we're out there for 3 days, a lot of those
yeah,
end up someone else is going to pay over 15K,
yeah,
and we just can cut all. We're not renting shit.
yeah,
We're not subbing anything out,
yeah.
so we can charge
It
less.
it's nice. It's been great, a value add, and I wish I would have done it sooner because I was actually just a subcontractor working for contractors, and then eventually I was like, um, why the heck am I only making like 800 to 1,000 on a job? And this guy's making like 15 or 10K on the
And he
job.
he
And I was
rolled
like,
up, ate his bag of chips, stared at us, and
yeah. And I was like, and he calls me when he's selling it anyways because he doesn't know what he's doing.
yeah,
And I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And there's no value to just having, you know, clean pants and a pen and paper and convincing a homeowner that you know, they're the reason that they should go with you or whatever, you know?
I mean, unless you have some there could be if you really have some way that you're gonna like unite all this together, so many different subs, and
Yeah,
you're
there is a value add in that.
if but there's I this is a bias,
Yeah.
but in my experience I feel like 90% of the people who are the GCs, there's zero value add.
Because
It's
they're very niche. They're always like, I only do roofing, like roofing companies. Like
yeah,
they don't do anything except for sign a piece of paper and then call me
yeah.
to go do the work with me and
They're
my guys.
the
You know.
thing they're charging for is the fact that they know how to network and find the other jobs because the
Yeah.
roofers are busy
I said what I
roofing.
do, so I kind of broke that rule. But, that's okay.
Well, we can bleep
No,
it
no,
out.
you don't gotta bleep it out. It's fine because I'm getting out of it anyways. Like,
Well,
yeah,
okay, perfect segue again. It has served its purpose and it
yeah,
funded you to get into like you've got this project car right here.
yeah, yeah,
It you were able to get a house, get your resources set up from a stable job because influencing, network, media, even consulting, none of that is stable in the beginning.
yeah. And I think what's most important, yeah, it did kind of bring me this like insane lifestyle, but I think the most important thing of that is like I was very money conscious
Yeah.
because I feel like I know a lot of people that make a lot of money and they blow it all, and it's like we don't eat out at all. Like we go to Costco, I'll buy $150 slab of meat, like
Yep.
a big chunk of a cow, and I'll cut it up in all the different steaks. We have a grinder, we'll grind the beef, and like we'll eat for like a month or two with that beef alone. maybe even longer. I think the last time we bought one was like 2 months ago. We're just renting out. We're making a roast. And so
Yeah, you're respecting money in general.
no eating out, no like I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I'll drink like every like 5 or 6 months. Like it, but if it'll be like if you brought beers and you offered me a beer,
Yeah,
right? It's like I don't drink and I'm very careful with vices. And it would definitely in the beginning. And so I think most importantly, you don't need to make a lot of money.
yeah.
I think like you just need to be careful not to be getting Starbucks every day. And like it adds up to like three, four, $500 a month.
People shit
Yeah.
on that example of oh coffee. It's real though. I mean, if and it's not only coffee, but
It's
like
everything. I mean,
there's a example that I give. One of my old friends, I was trying to figure out where all his money went. I was sitting down with him. He spent $3,000 a month in just gas station stuff, like
yeah,
Dr.
it's everything.
Peppers,
Like it's the dumbest stuff. I like to watch this guy,
the mortgage.
Caleb Hammer.
Yeah,
He's like one of the
dude, I love
I
his
love his
channel.
videos. They're so good. We've been
Yeah,
on like a binge the past like 2 weeks. That's all we watch now.
I
Like to go to sleep to like play in the living room. And it's like I've always literally everything he says, I've always said. It's like it's all the little bullshit. We don't I make really good money, like multiple six figures. And like we don't have any payments. Like the cars are all paid off. Every car I bought cash, the home is paid off, everything is paid off. Zero debt.
yeah.
And I've always told people like one, it's the little shit that cannot get you there. Like
Hmm.
we don't have Netflix subscriptions, we don't have Netflix, we don't have Hulu, we don't have Amazon Prime, we don't have Spotify. Actually, Spotify is the only thing that we have. But like there's no subscription bullshit. That's a big thing. There's no like impulse little buys. If we want to buy something, it's always like, do we think this is a good idea? Right? That's we were getting a little bit out of control on Amazon, but for our income, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But it's also like it doesn't matter because there will be one day where we don't have money and we will wished we had an extra $5,000. Um,
I've been
yeah,
watching too much Caleb Hammer
dude, I love
things.
him. He's so great. I thought like I don't need a job, but I was like it'd be so fun to go work for him.
I had a short like
It's so
an
good.
intro consult call on the business advice end,
Uh,
and it was the intro. First time I've really talked business with this guy, and I slipped a little bit. I started saying some Caleb stuff, and
uh,
I was like, "I'm just busting your balls." Like I had to reel it back real
yeah,
quick
yeah,
because he was explaining like how he was paying employees X amount, and he's charging the client this much, and he's trying to figure out where to budget himself. And we're just at the phase of like, you should be charging more, dude. You're not charging
yeah.
enough.
Which is
And then he
fair.
says something about buying the products, and he didn't know about any tax exemption stuff, which is common. A lot of people,
Oh, like how to write off.
well, how to write off, and then even wholesale purchasing stuff.
Oh, okay. Like using your sales and use tax to not pay taxes on that end or something.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
rolling it in depending on projects. Just in general, like respecting the money. Yes,
yeah,
you could
yeah,
go buy a 50 pack of the thing you need
yeah,
at a time, or you
yeah.
could buy one at a time, and that's going to cost you at
It's
the end of the year. You're spending
yeah.
only $1,000
Oh, I
bucks.
see what you mean. Like economies of scale, where it's
Yeah,
like you're spending way more, you're saving, budgeting.
the
It's yeah,
the like the everyday person example. This has always peeved the shit out of me when someone's like, "Oh man, I gotta go put $6 in my gas tank." Why the fuck are you gonna put $6 in your gas tank?
yeah, because then
Fill
you're
your gas tank
spending
up. You
time.
use it, and you're
Yeah,
going to use it.
yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you don't think you're driving for 4 months,
yeah,
fill your tank up.
yeah,
Or if you're like down bad, that's understandable. Like sometimes you gotta squeeze by.
yeah.
But if you put in a quarter of your tank, you are spending more in gas because you got to drive back to the gas
Every
station.
time. Yeah, there's little stuff like that. So I
But
always tell people it's not about how successful you are, it's really about your success with your budgeting.
yeah,
And I think I'm a huge proponent and like no matter how much money you make, like you should still live kind of like a poorer lifestyle. My lifestyle doesn't say that because I'm buying R8s and RX-7s and stuff. But like I think even at that, I think they're still wise purchases because I bought my V10 R8, had it for 2 years, put 25,000 miles on, sold it almost exactly for what I bought it for. In fact, I made money on that
yeah,
car um, due to some other factors. The FD RX-7, I can drive it for 2 3 years and again sell it for like maybe 2 or 3 grand less than what I got it. And so if you buy I mean, I'm looking at a Jeep Renegade.
hmm
That thing's gonna lose like even it's not even that expensive, maybe 20,000, 25. It's gonna lose $15,000 in the 2 or 3 years that that person has it.
yeah.
So I feel like yeah, these cars are more, and also I'm paying them cash, so I'm not losing interest and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Interest is a bitch.
Interest will kill you. A lot of people don't realize. Here's a big thing: it's like credit card interest is like the dumbest thing ever.
It is the hardest thing and the dumbest thing. I mean,
Yeah.
what's hilarious is when people use a credit card to pay off something else that's on a lower interest rate. Don't pay your car note with your credit card.
Well,
You
there's
just
fees and stuff, and
there
like,
is, but it's easy because you don't see it right here. It's not in
um,
front of your face.
yeah.
But I was just explaining this to someone else also. They're debating doing a consolidation loan, and it was super practical because they had credit card rates in like the high 30s.
Mm,
Actually, there's two people. But anyways, credit card rates high 30s. And they're like, "Oh, there's this loan, but it's pretty high interest rate. It's like 11%." And I'm like, "You're paying 30. This one's 11.
yeah. Why would
If all
you?
the fees are in there, pay your cards off, but only if you're not going to rack them back up."
Yeah. It's dumb.
You have to
People.
look at the cost of not just with your cars, because you're super good with them. Even you're making at least most of it back, if not all of it back, when you do
Yeah.
end of life it.
Yeah.
But with the debt, okay, if you're going to borrow $10,000, you're going, and it's going to be 10% for the easiest numbers,
Mm-mm.
and you're going to pay it back that year for sure. It costs you $1,000 to get the money now.
Yeah.
But you have to do that same shit with if you're going to buy a burger at In-N-Out
Yeah.
over the year, buying burger at In-N-Out versus huge slab at your house, and it's better quality anyways. You spent $4,000 to have it right now. Like, is it
Yeah.
worth it?
Yeah. I don't like credit cards. I think like we should have financial education in our school systems to teach people that because a lot of people don't know. They don't realize that
Yeah,
20-30%. It's like if you put $1,000 on a card because you bought a couple small things, whatever, $100 suspension, $200 for whatever, $1,000. It's like, and then you're paying the minimum because that's what people are gonna do. They're always gonna pay the minimum 30, 40, $50 a month. Some credit cards are like 30 years.
yeah.
And it's like, and then your $1,000 comes out to like 5 or 6 grand. And you're just like, dude, doesn't make sense
No,
to ever put anything on credit cards. It should be
unless you're
illegal.
paying it at the end of the month.
Yeah, and that's what we do. Like,
Yeah,
because we spend so much on materials. I mean, there's months where we're spending $40,000 on materials in a month, and you're like, well, even if I just get the minimum 1% off of like our Amex, we put it on the card 1%. You're like, I just made $400.
yep.
And I'm like, that's free money. That's somebody's week of work, you know? I always see it as like, what would if I lost my job? I have very pessimistic. I have very pessimistic like how would you say it? I'm very pessimistic about what my future would look like if the business never worked out, right? Or if I wasn't able to make money doing working for myself.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, probably would end up at McDonald's and I'm like, probably would be like 10, $15 an hour. So that $600 is still really valuable. I
Yep.
always see my life like that. Um, yeah. Anyways,
No, it's solid.
don't get credit cards and be wise with your money because people are like, well, you make a lot of money. I'm like, no, because majority of what I make is still in my savings account. Um, it's more about how wise I've been.
Yeah.
Because even if I was only making 60, 70, $80,000 a year, like my spending habits still reflect being able to have saved money on that and not have debt.
Opportunity cost is another one of the ones that you don't see. If an R8 comes up for half price and you can
Yeah.
go make, well, okay, that relates because you're passionate about cars.
Yeah.
If some passion related thing comes up for you and there's a potential for you to jump on the deal, you have to have the money sitting around.
Yeah, and that's fair. It's risky too though because like an R8 is expensive. And in fact, I bought an Audi R8 because I was like, well, it's an Audi. It's cheaper than a Lambo. Wrong. It's the same as a Lambo. In fact, because they have all the same components. And so I was like, I should have just bought the Lambo. But besides the point, if something breaks, it's expensive. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you find an R8, a motor, a junkyard motor on that thing's like $20,000. A new motor's like 60. So my biggest fear, like telling people like doing something like that or buying an R8 is like, dude, you better be really, again, you don't have to be. I know plenty of friends that finance their R8s and they're living paycheck to paycheck. But like, a buddy of mine in Minnesota, he blew his motor. He had a loan on it, probably like 85,000 he paid for it, still owed most of that. Blew the motor. He couldn't afford the 30 whatever thousand plus dollars to fix it, 30, 40,000. So what did he do? He sold the chassis for like 20 grand or something. and it's now he still has a loan
Yeah.
or whatever the case is. Like he still has to pay off a huge chunk of it. So like he's really negative on that thing. So I always tell people it's like you just also really have to watch out to not get yourself in a deep, deep, deep situation.
Yeah, that those are the two things I was thinking earlier. You got even when you get these cars and you spend money that might look like a lot of money, not it might look like it's the opposite of what you're saying.
Hmm.
You still have an end of life plan for that where
Yeah,
you're gonna get your money. Even this, before we started filming, you talked about you got this for 1,500 bucks
1,500 bucks. Yeah,
and you've got a sponsorship deal through Temu right now,
Timu sponsorship deal.
and
Yeah,
they got all these
not
parts.
the most glorious sponsor.
Yeah, I mean,
You're like,
but the idea of this
you're
is
like, I'd rather
awesome.
have a Summit Racing sponsorship, but I don't think we're there yet. But
But
yeah, but it's still free money, right?
well, not even that. It's doing content that you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So now it's going to make something that'll pay off later. Still, none of this is right now money, and that's why it's hard for people to get into any of it. But 1,500, that's paid for
Yeah.
because it's going to make them money, and then you what's your full expectation at the end of this running as a drift car that's gutted and just ready to rail it? Maybe
Hopefully.
4 grand.
Yeah, hopefully I'll like at least break even and maybe be up or down 500 bucks. Which is fun to be able to use a car for a year and be even if I'm down 500 bucks.
Yeah,
But then again, there's like learning skills. Like a big thing of mine is learn skills, and that'll
yeah.
also get you a long way. Our dryer broke twice in the past like 4 years,
Hmm.
but I think it's having simple diagnostic skills like, oh, the clothes isn't getting warm. It's the heater
Yeah,
element.
knowing how to use a multimeter.
Yeah, and it's like, or whatever,
Yeah,
just having tools. I would have paid a guy 300-400 bucks to come do it. He probably would have told me I needed a new one.
yeah.
So at least 400, maybe over 1,000. But it was 20 bucks for the part,
Hmm.
and I got some skills. Instead, I bought some tools. I already had tools, but
Yeah.
in a new person's case, buy a screwdriver, a drill, whatever, and then use those tools to fix it. And now, what you would have paid somebody, you learn something, and now you have the tools to then do something like this eventually, where it's like when you save enough money and buy tools over and over again, you can rebuild a whole motor, save your time. And like, if you were to pay somebody to fix this car, I mean, it's way more than the car's worth. You're
Yeah.
talking 3, 4, $5,000
Easy. Minimum.
to strip the whole motor apart and put all new lines, and
Yeah.
like, um,
And that's what we
so
call boy math.
yeah, it gets very expensive sometimes. But I think the big thing to doing this is also like the caveat is making sure you have a lot of tools
Yeah.
that are very expensive. But the caveat, the pro to have doing that to get there is like having your own skills.
I'm not knocking the boy math. It's probably because I have the same bias, but if there's a job that I can do for myself or for someone else and I can
Yeah,
expand a little bit,
yeah,
if I can learn a skill
yeah,
and get a tool that I can use later,
yeah,
if something comes up randomly, opportunity.
yeah. An
You,
opportunity cost.
yeah.
Um, I think another big thing is like not falling for like mainstream hype and like the ideal image. So like, do I need this $100 snap-on screwdriver? Or can I just go to Harbor Freight and spend 10 bucks and get screwdrivers?
Harbor Freight also uses the same factory a lot of the time.
Yeah,
That's
like the
Snap-on.
icon line is
Yep.
iconic,
Yeah.
no pun intended. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's insane. So I buy all icon, and like I always get ragged on for that, but I'm like, who cares? I've never broken a tool, an icon tool or a Harbor Freight tool, and when I do, I walk to the store and they replace it.
I was gonna say I've broken them,
Yeah,
but they replace them. So
for free. It's the same thing.
yeah,
It's the same service. Maybe you have to go to the store a couple more times if it breaks more. If you want to make the argument that it's cheaper quality, it's like it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Maybe you have to go to the store a couple times. It's worth saving $300 on a torque wrench.
I also
You know what I
don't
mean?
feel bad when I need a specialty tool and I chop one of my Harbor Freight things up and weld it into the specialty tool, you know?
Yeah, you're like, I can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like falling into the ideal image of like what is cool is also very dangerous. I mean, and it falls into normal life. Like, also, do I need a Gucci bag? Do I need a designer or whatever? I don't do that. Maybe you do that. That maybe that's your hobby or your vice, and that's fine. But I feel like people get dangerous with that, where they make it their whole
Yeah.
idea is to look cool
It's
by having all
easy
the
to
brand
get
names.
diluted to where it you think that's your passion, but
Yeah.
really just someone told you to think
Yeah,
that.
like this is like Amazon. This is Amazon. That's Walmart. You're like, I'm sitting with like multiple six figures in my bank account and I'm wearing like Walmart stuff. My mom's the
Yeah.
same way. My mom got very lucky once we were getting a little bit older. She doesn't help us. My successes, I mean, she helped me a little bit, like go through school and stuff, but like my success is not relevant. But anyways, she's pretty well off now, extremely well off, and yeah, like she's always in ripped shorts and full of dog hair, and
Yeah.
that's what she does now is just rescue dogs. And like same thing. It's like you don't get to being like this until you make like the mental sacrifice to realize like the image doesn't really fucking matter to anybody. It's about having fun.
It goes back to the interest rate thing, because if you spend a little money here, the compounding interest can hurt you from a credit card.
Yeah.
There's compounding interest of keeping your shit and reinvesting it into skills,
Yeah.
tools, or just saving it to have
Yeah, putting it in a
opportunity.
high yield savings account. Don't let it
Because
sit in Venmo forever, like stuff like that.
I mean, anyone can think of times where they were $50 short for something cool,
Yeah.
or you're going to buy a house and oh well, that one's just 5K out of our range, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you beat the shit out of yourself because
Yeah, I just I think it's a culture thing. Unfortunately, it's never going to change because I think we're funded by very like we're funded by corporations as a society, right?
yeah.
Like they charge a lot, they put more money into like making us think that there's ideal images, and then it's like a vicious cycle. Again, maybe I'm wrong.
No, I
I
mean,
doubt I'm wrong,
human
but you know,
psychology, even if it wasn't corporations doing that, there's always been manipulation, positive and negative.
yeah,
Someone's gonna manipulate.
yeah, into like spending more. So I think it's just breaking that idea. Like also, I feel like I've never had more fun spending more money. Uh, Maybe it's a mindset thing, but like having an R8 wasn't that fun. Like I spent over six figures on it, which is kind of annoying. But then like it was cool. I got to take it out and I actually made money on it, and then
Yeah.
I sold it and got money back, and I profited very, very highly on it. I got lucky. But I have like if you want to have fun, like I have more fun in my RX-7. Arguably, that's still a really expensive car.
Yeah.
But it's less than half the price at 40 or $35,000, and I have like triple the fun. And
I've got
yeah,
the Lotus Siege, and
yeah,
it's expensive for a car,
yeah,
but it's really fun.
yeah,
But honestly, I regularly miss my $1,000 shitbox Mercedes 300 wagon
yeah.
because I'm going 50. Is that a curb? I don't care. You know,
Yeah, you're like,
that's
and you break
hilarious.
something, you're like, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go spend $5 in a Snickers bar fixing it, you know?
Or I'll just weld it back together, like,
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, if you hit something in like an R8, oh my God, you'd like go bankrupt.
yeah,
The idea that you have to make a lot of money to have a lot of fun is false. It's all about
yeah.
spending habits. And then two, don't fall into the idea that spending more money means more fun. I've been miserable in my R8 and had so much fun in like shit boxes like this. I feel like it always makes you more happy because you're less worried about what people think and you get to tinker more. I mean, look at all these parts. I could never in my wildest dream imagine putting any of these parts in my car
Yeah.
and learning in my R8, sorry. What was my R8?
Well, yeah, because there's too much risk behind it. It's an uncomfortable spend
And
where
everything's expensive.
yeah,
A turbo kit was like $30,000, and maybe you could jerry one up, but do you want to in a car that's that expensive? You don't. This one I can go on eBay and buy a turbo kit for like $200 or $300
yeah,
and be like, maybe it'll blow up the motor,
yeah.
maybe I'll have a little bit of fun putting a new motor in it for $500.
So
Yeah.
another thing with frugality, this comes to mind because we're also Japan whores. I mean, every time we've gone, the first time we went, we were there for almost a month, and we didn't even spend $3,000, and that included the flight.
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy, and it was a blast the whole time. We spent more than that the next time we went because we brought someone, but we also it ended up getting paid for by a random crypto investment.
Yeah, don't be greedy.
Yeah,
Because
I,
I got greedy in crypto and I lost like more money than I'm proud to say. Well, it was also when I was like not doing very well off. Like I had like 10 grand in my bank account and I was working like a normal job. And it was when Doge was going super
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
And so I put all my money in and my like $7,000 went up to like 80 or $90,000, something crazy. And my partner at the time was like, I was like, should I sell? And she's like, yeah, stop being greedy. And I was like, but it's going to the moon, babe. and then it like dropped to where I lost money the next
Yeah.
day or something. I was like, man. So yeah, I feel like just also don't get greedy when it comes to that. Like you pulled out and you're like, okay, I'm winning. Let's get out of here.
Dollar cost averaging doesn't only apply to stocks and crypto, but
Yeah.
it definitely does. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
just you made some profit, take the profit,
Yeah.
split it, and like hedge your losses.
Yeah.
Probably on these kind of things too. I can think of plenty of shitbox cars. And when I used to do mechanic work,
Mm.
I ended up in this niche of building sleepers,
Mm.
and that was easy enough. If it was a complete turd of a car,
Yeah. Yeah.
then those were always the best because I could throw the smallest amount in, I could do this, and then make this outrageous thing that we know is going to blow up at some point, but
Mm.
it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But any of the cars that were nicer, I ended up screwing myself because, well, I got to buy a nicer part, and then shit, this went wrong. Oh, I stripped the thread on the head now, and it'll snowball when you get, yeah. Don't don't be greedy.
Yeah. I agree.
It works bad.
But yeah.
Uh, oh yeah, I went on a tirade about that.
No, no, you're fine.
Japan, a lot of cost of living, if you have American dollars, does feel cheaper over there.
Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, last time we were there, it was like everything was 50% off, basically.
Yeah, essentially, I feel like that math probably works out. Sometimes more, like with food, you can get pretty lucky,
Yeah,
especially where I live. It feels like it's like 70% off. But yeah, it does feel
yeah,
like
the
that.
rural areas especially. I mean, that was averaging at least 60% on
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
And then transportation, their public transportation is unfathomable to the American mind. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you drove around when you were there. We raw
I
dogged
love
it.
it.
We didn't even have a car, and it was easier than being
Yeah.
here.
It's like it's so dense that you can just use public transportation. In fact, it works better. I wish our country worked better for stuff like that, and it kind of does, in like bigger cities. But excuse me. But yeah, it's I mean it's awesome. But having a car there is like
Yeah,
it's
that's
so fun because there's twisty roads everywhere. You don't have to look for a twisty road. The twisty road will look for you.
yeah.
You know? So
What's what's your plan continuing? I mean, I assume it's going to be leaning more into consulting and obviously content, but you're looking to make the move to Japan. Are you planning on doing the 3 month out of the year deal? Or are you looking at getting a visa, work visa, education?
as of now, we travel back and forth just because we don't have visas. Visas are pretty hard to get, but we do have businesses over there, and we're in the process of getting. We actually already have our business. The business visa is in process,
Yeah,
but for it to be finalized and you to like live there full time, it just takes forever. And so the plan is hopefully by December we have everything finalized and ready to go. Now it's harder because we have a third member to the family. Um, so now we got to figure that out. But the idea is to move there full time and then still going to do construction here and do what, contractors usually do and just subcontract it out because I have a lot of references and stuff still.
yeah. There's value
Um,
in that now.
and my brother, he works for me a lot, so he'll manage just like whatever operations like I normally would. But I think it's going to die down a lot without somebody actively marketing like I do and going out and talking
Yeah,
to people, meeting people, and whatever it may be. And I'm okay with that, it dying down and
yeah.
just focusing on like the consulting, the content in Japan does really good. Like I've had some videos that take me 5 to 15, 20 minutes to film and I make like 300 bucks on them, $300 to $400.
It's not bad.
Yeah, or I'll do like a house tour for a day and it'll get like one of them has got like 3 million views. That's like over $1,000 and it took me a day to do it. And in Japan, that's like a
Yeah,
month of
yeah,
like I could live for a month with that. And so the plan is to continue managing properties for people over there. We're working with Akia Mart, which is one of the
hmm,
big people that help people purchase properties. So we're partnered with them. Pretty much when they help somebody buy a property, they hand them off to us and we manage it for them. And doing pretty good. Like we have now 8 to 10 clients, so we're at like a pretty healthy number, not to live off of, but it's like,
yeah.
okay, we have enough money to kind of pay some bills and stuff. And we're projected within the year to be able to almost have a full-time income, me and my business partner, Eric. So hopefully by December coming, I can focus on what I'm passionate about and make car videos where I can just put a bunch of Temu products and torture test them, and tour properties and maybe just like rebuild properties and focus on like helping the communities there. Like there's a park behind where I live, and I've had this idea of like spending 3, 4, 5 grand and just like making it a really nice place for
Yeah.
the kids in the area, because it just has like a swing set,
Yeah.
and I'm like, let's give them the American treatment. Let's put some monkey bars, you know, some of the spinny things that you can, whatever it may be.
Trademark term right there.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Obviously, again, the construction, you were able to save up money through a stable job, whether that's the
yeah.
construction or someone could just have a decent paying job. But now that you're going out there, in the past we've talked about different videos on your channel performing differently.
Mm.
And what were you saying that when you post the car stuff, sometimes
Car
it's kind
stuff
of ignored?
sucks. Like nobody, it's such, okay, so like my point, if I didn't say this earlier, is it's just such an oversaturated market.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing like crazy, crazy, crazy things, I feel like nobody really watches you. And so my cheat code is like doing Japan stuff to build the audience and then shifting over to like,
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So any of it's never fast, but like the audience build hack is always your real passion because you're not gonna fake it. People can 100% of the time sniff out the bullshit.
mhm.
Like if you're just posing to have a channel because you
Yeah,
want to be an influencer,
yeah,
everyone will not only know, but they'll
yeah,
hate you.
yeah. And you also just don't perform as good because you're not
Yeah.
very passionate about it. Yeah.
But even though you've built a channel around Japan stuff in general,
It's,
because
yeah, mainly that.
that's where the biggest like grab has been.
Yeah. It's like a hack for getting,
Once you have enough of a
yeah.
footing though, and you become the car guy for Japan stuff, you will end up like right now the algorithm doesn't automatically give you those people.
Mhm.
It's just not there. But once you do have that established, I think that's going to end up being like Jay will be the guy, the
In
Japan
Japan.
car guy.
Yeah. I
Even if it's you driving this up to some other house
yeah.
and displaying it,
I feel
or
like, yeah. Sorry to make cut you off.
no, no, no. It's just I don't think it's gonna be bad once it's there. Because if you have it sustaining,
Yeah.
if you have it sustaining off the Japan content already, when you transition to start feeding some of this in, you will lose followers. You will lose some of this.
Or just less engagement,
Well,
you
yeah, you
know.
will lose engagement,
Yeah.
but you'll end up picking up followers that'll give more engagement.
I think I'm finding, because I feel like naturally somebody likes Japan. Okay, here's the thing. Like 50% of my audience, which is very rare, is like female and 50% male.
Yeah,
Okay, because I can see my stats. Very, very rare for people to have that. It's mainly like all men or all female, just depending on what kind of content you do. And so I think that most men are going to be into cars, right? So I have a feeling I'm going to lose like at least engagement on that half. But even then, like if you're into Japan stuff, I feel like you're also, especially if you're a dude, into like drifting, and you're like, oh, Special D, or what's the name of that?
initial D, yeah,
Initial. Sorry, I'm gonna get
special
canceled.
D.
I'm gonna get canceled by the Japan weeaboo people. So like they're like, oh, initial D, So I feel like it could translate over well. Um, and I'm hoping that's the case. So
I,
we'll find out. But
I,
yeah, I am going to lose a lot of engagement, but I think it's already given me such a boost compared to what it was before.
you gonna mess around with any construction in Japan?
We already do.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. We have a guy that works for us almost not full time, but like full time on the side.
yeah,
Like when he's not working, he's working for us. And he does like AC units. We've helped with like some remodels and stuff, but we do like the typical like 10% on the top, to make sure that, like it's like
yeah,
standard contractor stuff.
yeah.
I don't think that's too crazy,
No, I
but
mean,
yeah.
plus again, do you have the expertise? And the gripe with a lot of contractors, general contractors, is when they're not actually giving any more value or
Mhm.
giving any more expertise
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and what I'm
and a
gonna,
lot of them charge like 50% on top. So,
it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, contractors here in the U.S. charge like crazy markups. I might be a little bit guilty, but I mean, like when it's insurance, it's they're gonna pay what they're gonna pay. So that's the good part. But yeah, what I can legally do myself, in Japan without a license, like if I can get away with, I don't know, reframing like a subfloor, I'll do it because I think it's fun and it'll make good content regardless.
yeah.
So I think it's like a double dip. I don't know, it's kind of nice. I always hear people say, this is just going back to filming content. Like, don't when you film content, don't do multiple niches because like then it just doesn't know who to send your stuff to,
Yeah.
right? Like if I do really good in Japan house tours, I'm gonna tailor it to a bunch of people that like watching house tours. But then if I start posting car stuff, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm not into cars. Why do I care about this? And then like my videos like
Yeah.
don't perform as good. Same thing on YouTube. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted, but I'm also like, there's also people that have cult followings where it's like they just do whatever they want, and
That's what I
you're
mean.
following it for that person and
Yeah.
purely. I feel like you have to be a special, entertaining person to do that, and
I,
you have to have that face. And I feel like I just don't have that exact
no,
thing.
I don't think. I think you just have, again, you have to build up the few core members. Once you get a few raving fans, there are plenty of people who are into drift cars and Japan.
Yeah, and
But
just houses and just stuff in general.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
there's plenty of like Caleb Hammer's channel again to reel it back to that.
yeah,
I'm not a CPA nerd. I don't care about
yeah.
that stuff.
It's the drama
The
though,
drama is
dude. People love the
hilarious.
drama. Like that's the thing is like drama is like universal.
Yeah,
You cannot speak English and watch Caleb Hammer and you're like, Nani? You know, like you know shit's going on.
yeah, yeah.
That's the one thing.
He emotes like a AOL chat
Yeah.
log. I mean,
I was thinking about it. I was like, could I have gotten away with doing something like Caleb? I was like, I don't have the face or the personality. So that's why I say like personalities match certain things. And I feel like I don't know.
no,
Maybe
I'm still fighting you on that though because different flavor of personality. He's like the outward, external, watch him personality. Your personality is more tied between Japan and cars and all this
yeah,
shit. Like there is going to be someone who relates heavily to that and goes,
for
"Oh
sure, for
fuck, this
sure.
guy gets me."
He's like the nerdy angry guy, and I feel like being the goofy Mexican dude probably works well in Japan, you
Yeah,
know? But yeah, we'll
but
see
it
how that
will
goes.
take a minute. I mean, you'll have
Yeah,
to have the other stuff to sustain it. If you were
yeah,
to just only try to go content
yeah,
and do two niches at once, that's a
yeah. That's where the savings comes in. I mean, it's we don't know how long it's gonna last or what it does, and then like also it'll be slowed down. Like the burn rate, I guess to say, will be slowed down because we have like consults to do. We're managing properties and the social media, but it's like, how long will it take me to get there?
yeah,
I mean, in Japan, with how much we have saved and how much we're like making, we could live there 10 years,
yeah.
you know, and be fine probably. It's like, would it take me 10 years to build something? I feel like we'd figure it out by then, probably learn the language enough to where, worst case, we get a job, you know?
If you're passionate enough, I feel like 3 years is the standard.
Yeah.
If you're faking it, then yeah, 10 years.
Oh,
But
yeah. But hopefully it's enough time.
have you ever done any roofs? Japan style roofs?
No, Eric's getting his roof done right now. Actually, I think as we speak.
I fucking love those. The
Clay, they're like clay
well, I
roofs.
don't like any of the clay roofs we have here, but
No,
specifically,
they're like the way they do it. He has actually all his houses have clay roofs. Mine have metal roofs, actually, funny enough. Um, but the way they do it, what makes them so different is the way they do the ridges.
mhm,
They stack the clay tiles like 5 or 6 high to give it that strong, and then at the end they put like some type of character or something to make it really nice, and then at the top as well. I feel like that's what makes it like really cool and special.
they're
Japan
heavy
roofs are
though.
nice. They are really heavy. It's actually pretty surprising how much weight that his house is 150 years old
Yeah,
and I've slept in it for 2 months, and you'll feel earthquakes, especially when you're in like a second story. I feel like there's earthquakes every day in Japan, like
yeah,
every day, multiple times a day. It's just a matter of like how strong. So I'll be in bed laying down, and all of a sudden I'll just be like, I'm like, damn, that was an earthquake. This is also a 150-year-old house with like thousands of pounds of clay tile above me and like old style beams. You know, they used to
yeah,
use those big trees that weigh like 5,000 pounds, and that's what's like the support structure for
yeah.
the house. And you're like, if that falls, I'm gonna die. You know, it's not like 2x4s now. You're like a couple 2x4s, you can crawl out, make your way out.
We made a friend the first time we were there, uh, Toshi-san. He has this spread. I mean, this he's got his main house, and it's a 150-year-old temple that he converted to be his house.
Uh,
And then he's also got another 150-year-old shed, but then he's got another shed he built, and then he teaches students like woodworking.
Mm.
So like it's just this compound of all this crazy stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't know, man. Being in the taller new buildings in Tokyo and having earthquakes versus being at his place, if I'm gonna go, I want it to be in the 150-year-old house,
Dude,
and I kind of trusted it more.
it's scary. It almost reminds me of like those videos. I don't know if it was windstorm or something like that. I can't remember exactly what country, what place, but there's videos of like those really tall towers, and they're like you can see there's somebody at the very top, and they're filming it, and then all the other towers around them are just going like this, and you're like, yeah, I know it's designed for that, but you're like,
Yeah. My,
what's it gonna take to just like whoop and then snap?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what scares me about that. I mean, even here in Austin, a buddy of mine lives in downtown, and even during some bad windstorms, I feel like he's like, yeah, you can kind of almost see other buildings moving.
Yeah. The
It's scary.
USB looking building down there. I've been up in
Yeah,
that during a downburst, and it's
yeah,
like you can see the glass inside those condos bow and flex out.
yeah.
It's like,
Scary. I don't like, but I don't know. Japan's done pretty good. I think they're trying to not kill themselves, so their engineering is probably better than what we have here.
yeah, they also fix things immediately.
Yeah,
We
don't.
were, what was it, Shibuya? And we were there for 2 days. The first day we were there, one of the main strips we were walking down, a pipe burst. They're having to replace it. We
Mm,
go do our stuff. We come back. It's like, oh, they like put up security screening. Cool. I guess they're
yeah.
gonna start tomorrow. We came back and
Well,
it was paved and ready. I'm like,
yeah,
they just finished a whole municipal project in an
yeah.
afternoon.
That would take us like weeks to do.
Yeah,
It is quite crazy, and it's so kind because like the work girls will be there, and if there's like somebody walking even close to it, they'll like stop their work,
yeah,
let you walk,
yep.
and then once everyone's clear, they'll start again. It's like here, dude, I can't even get a guy like yeah.
Turn your chainsaw off. There's a baby 2 feet away from
Yeah,
you.
it's like, nah, dude, I gotta finish this. I gotta make it to the next job site or else,
Yeah.
I'm barely making enough to pay my bills, but I'm gonna get fired. Yeah, it's pretty rough here, but I like it in Japan.
What about your on your consults and stuff? Is there any, well, okay. No, let me blend this all between construction clients, consult clients, and then also just other people in the Japan media realm or car realm. What is a common like issue they have? A common problem that they need solving?
Sorry, say that again.
I'm getting you to think real divergently here. This is real spaghetti thoughts. So what I'm getting at is a lot of times, not a lot of times, every single time I talk to someone, there's some specific flavor that they solve problems in. So like you have three very, very different fields,
Uh,
but I feel like more than likely you have some, and it might be just everything we've talked about, but there's some pattern you use to follow, and there's some problem that other people always have. So if
mm,
someone's approaching you for Japan consulting, what
mhm.
generally brought them to you for that?
Like almost like what's my value add? Like what
Sure.
diversifies me from other things?
But from the frame of them, what problem if someone's gonna reach out to Akiyamart and end up at your door or at your phone, what got them there? What was the problem?
I feel like most of the things that I do is because like you're kind of screwed if you don't come to us. So I feel like you're almost forced to use these services. I could see like other businesses being like we offer a service that's like almost like a luxury. Like you have to choose us and here's why you choose us versus all the things that I'm in is like you need somebody.
Yeah,
Owning a home is in Japan is a luxury, but the service that we offer is like if you own a home, you have to have somebody manage it, right?
yeah,
You can't just open a Japanese bank account. You can't just, I mean, if you live here and there half the time, you can't just send it to your house because somebody has to go and pay it, right? Um, same thing with construction. Like nobody's just gonna do their roof, and like I think a lot of the businesses we do, even with consulting, it's like there
a
nobody knows
practical
about
need.
consulting, right? Nobody
Yeah,
knows about buying a home in Japan. So if you're consulting with us, it's because you've already realized that there's people that don't know what they're talking about on the internet throwing out random stuff that doesn't make sense.
yeah,
Like the questions I get on consults is like, we heard that um, you can't own land in Japan and they are actually leases and whatever. They government can take them whenever they want. I was like, first of all, the last one can happen anywhere
yeah,
in any country. Um, And the
Don't pay
first
your
and second
taxes.
one is
Watch
like,
what happens.
well, yeah, exactly. It's like if you don't pay your taxes enough, they'll take it, or if you just piss off your HOA. Um, but it's just like no, that's misinformation because people don't know what they're talking about. Like there's land leases that is like, it's just like a skewed part of the truth, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah, there's land leases. It's mainly in cities like Tokyo and stuff because people don't want to sell their properties and they would just want to continue to rent the land, really. But most of the country, 95% of properties are you own the land. So it's always a skew of the truth. Same thing they always ask, like, oh, I heard you can't own cars as foreigners. It's like, no, somebody just had a bad time doing it, couldn't do it, and now that's their answer. It's like, you can't own a car in Japan when that's not true. You
Yeah.
can. As a foreigner, you can. We've found out a way, and we've done it even before us. There's other companies that do it. So I feel like, yeah, a lot of the services that we do, as much as I'd like to say we're special, we're not. I think it's just being in things that like people need them.
Boring businesses always succeed, but also what you said, there's a practicality nature, which would be where I think it ties in for you. You budget really practical. You respect money a lot. You respect processes.
Yeah,
You go into a project with the end of the project in mind already.
kind of.
So
Sometimes.
you at least have the vague principle of
Yeah,
I'm gonna get this and I can probably do this to leave. Well,
yeah,
even if it's pessimistic, you have
yeah,
multiple end plans.
yeah, yeah.
So if someone's hiring because they need a roof, it's just practical. That is a practical need.
Yeah.
Someone's not going to start a roofing company when they get their first leak.
Yeah, yeah,
Someone's
exactly.
not going to do 3 years of research to
Yeah,
figure out how to manage a company. And
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. I
so
mean, yeah, I guess I don't have anything to add to
no,
that.
I think that's what it is. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
agree. I agree.
Practicality basis.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what are you going to leave it with? What tips? How does someone end up getting sponsored by Timu to live their best life drifting
Oh
cars in
God.
Japan
Um, I feel like it's
with
kind of
a
luck.
baby?
Oh yeah, that's recent. I feel like that doesn't really factor in too much. It will in the future because I'm not getting to sleep at all now. Because now it's like working on cars, watching the baby till 4 a.m. and I'm out here till 4 a.m. But it's like I have to leave every hour for 20 minutes to go like feed her and do whatever and then come back for an hour. It's just a nightmare. But yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is like just don't spend your money on what we're now making social norms of just blowing money just to have the newest and greatest thing and getting subscriptions and coffee every day. Like, sorry, you're asking about Timo. Let me
No, no,
rephrase
no.
this.
This counts. You're the genuine J advice of if you want to get things the way that you got
Don't
things, what's the
like choose your vice. You can't be like drinking every day and like smoking weed every day or whatever, partying every day and think that you're gonna like you can have cool stuff.
yeah,
Just don't spend your money on a lot of dumb stuff, right? Like I think it's the reality is most people can pick what their vices. I just feel like the social norm in America is to have so many vices that you can't even afford to live.
yeah,
I feel like that's just the norm.
yeah. Get
Yeah.
suckered into a bunch of vices as if that's your identity,
Yeah.
rather than choosing what you want your identity and your vice to be.
Yeah. And the sacrifices, right? Like I'd love to go out and party with my friends, but also I kind of feel like shit when I wake up the next morning and I'm hungover. I was like, I'd rather feel like shit waking up the next day and at least my car's working again, you know?
Yeah,
So yeah, and like the Timu thing, I just started posting videos, honestly. I got a little bit lucky because I started going to Japan and I have a home in Japan, and apparently that's like a social hack to get followers. But I feel like even if you do what you're passionate in,
I
like,
think yeah, that's the social hack. Doing the thing you're passionate in, other
eh,
people are passionate about.
yeah, and like study, increase your skills, like learn your camera skills and learn techniques. Like, hey, maybe I should have camera angles and mics or something, like invest in that. But like I think it's possible. Caleb Hammer, like we mentioned, like 2 years ago, he was doing it out of his apartment, making nothing. Now he's like a multi millionaire
Yep,
in the span of two
he's
years.
downtown here.
Yeah, he's downtown in Austin. He's a multi millionaire, easily making millions of dollars a year in the
Yeah,
span of 2 years.
still not buying taquitos.
Still, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Still not buying bullshit at the gas station
Yeah,
to keep. Oh,
Harbor Freight.
um, yeah, he's still not buying taquitos at the gas station, as he likes to say, or bullshit at the gas station. So Yeah, I think that's the thing. Just do what you're happy doing and have a good time. Don't worry about what people think. I'm still shy filming and like Mike comes around, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna film because I don't want to say anything around Mike because I think it's weird. Like I look like the weird person, or like
It feels super weird to film yourself.
it is weird. I feel like in this setting, I don't have any pressure because I'm talking to you and this is your video, and like I don't care if Mike's standing there because I'm just talking. But like when it's my video, it's almost weird because I'm like, I don't want Mike to hear. I don't want this guy to hear. I know the neighbor has their window open. I don't want them to hear.
I
So
just remembered that I'm breathing. Where's my
yeah,
tongue right now?
yeah. So I think it's just like being more comfortable and just being like your genuine self and not giving a shit what people think. And I think that
Yeah,
also ties into like again the spending habits. Like you
yeah,
don't give a shit what people think, so you're not gonna buy Gucci or Prada or
yeah.
Ray-Ban sunglasses. I'll buy some, Goodwoods or there's some like something woods on Amazon. They're like $20 sunglasses. I'm like, I'll buy those instead of oh
Those electric mopeds are so
I
popular
thought
now.
they like multiply every day.
Yeah.
They're like they just go around the corner and spawn new ones
Yeah.
every like 2 days.
Every time a kid gets hit on one, two more appear.
Yeah, it's like the dragons that you slay ahead and it grows two more. That's what happens to the kids on the electric bikes. Every time they have an accident or something happens, they just spawn two more. What are those called? Those motorcycles?
Hydros.
Huh?
Oh, the
The
motorcycles?
the little electric bikes.
Do you know?
Whatever the electric motorcycles are. Five of them just passed by. Six. I couldn't even count. They were going so fast. Anyways, yeah, I think it spins into the bullshit. Like, don't buy fancy electric bike. Actually, that looks pretty fun.
Yeah, honestly.
Probably buy electric bikes and go goon with your friends.
If it's like
Sorry, not goon. Hoon.
yeah,
Hoon with your friends.
you really
Sorry,
derailed
Caitlin.
me there. That's
Yeah.
that's the hat, guys.
Yeah,
Jay says goon with
goon with
your
your
friends.
friends. Um, yeah, I think it's full circle. It's like then you don't care what people think, so you're not buying dumb stuff. Or like dumb stuff that doesn't matter. It doesn't bring
Yeah.
value. Like name brand shirts and again, I'm wearing Sharks. These were like probably $15 years ago.
Got this. It's a nice leather Levi's jacket, but I got it from a photo shoot. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
Amazon stretchy
Yeah.
something.
It doesn't even matter.
Goodwill.
Hoses. This cable right here goes to the back of the alternator. It's the power cable. Don't do that. I accidentally touched it with a wrench.
Yep.
Then Sparky. Oil filter. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be time for that chair to move.
Yeah.
Gotta turn the
Yeah.
car on.
Probably.
It's time?
Maybe.
This is what we've been waiting for?
Yeah. You get the first. Yeah, I'm not even recording. I haven't been recording this whole thing. Tap the battery a couple times. Once again.
Hold up. Fuel rail is hella leaking.
Oh, you know why? Just take that off. That's an attachment. The attachment is leaking.
Okay.
So let me just use a not appropriate tool for this. This is to be able to check it. Well, we're gonna have a fire. I had to put like a wood toothpick. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. And if it does, hopefully we have fire extinguisher nearby. Do you have a fire extinguisher nearby?
Oh, no, I know.
Better be there. Okay. That's fuel. Make sure home insurance is up to date. Okay, it's been primed 3 times. Not leaking anymore? Alright. Should start, right? Because all it has is the alternator and the water pump, and it should start without it. There's no other accessories that are driving it.
Yeah, I don't think you get any timing signal from your alternator. Some cars. It should not be this BMW though. Yeah, it's spinning.
Huh.
Do you want David to crank it and you can look at it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't
What?
sign me up for that. Not in public.
Then I'm stumped and I don't know.
Is your coil pack grounded?
That's a fair point. I mean, it should be grounded here, right? That's what these are. These ones that we put in. That's what this should be.
Your ground strap's better than mine.
What we can do is, dude. This one do this. Might as well do it on both, right? Just in case they're grounded individually. Okay, that touches that. That'll definitely be grounded. Actually, you know what I should have just done? Let's do this.
Oh yeah. Piggyback them.
Sorry, anticlimactic. That's all I want. Just to give us a little chugga 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 chugga.
I don't think you're allowed to say
Did you say you don't think I'm allowed to say that?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it did sound pretty. I do. Okay. That, if it's grounding, that'll fix it. Along with us electrocuting you. Ready?
Do your injectors need signal?
I was about to say. Oh my god, stop. No! I can't get it on.
It's better than not being able to get it off.
What do you think? Do you wanna...
I mean, yeah, I'll just hold it in.
Here's the filter. So I was gonna say if we can just take the filter off, probably make it less questions on if it's even leaking in there. Just go straight in there.
Yep. There you go. Hello.
I'm trying to get the cap on it. It won't go on. It's just not made for it. What do you think? Here, I can do it if you want to crank it, or if Ev wants to crank
Whoa,
it.
whoa.
Stop.
Sorry. Here you go. You document.
I'm documenting.
Pull up, pull up, pull up. You have to... Sorry. Just give me a second. Couple seconds. You have to turn the key all the way off, I think, for it to let you crank again. Yeah, it has to go all the way off and then all the way up. Okay, I'm ready. Alright, stop. I'm full of starter fluid now.
You're full of starter fluid.
Yeah.
That went everywhere.
Yeah. I don't even think it got in there. Here, let me come behind you. I don't want to graze you.
Oh, here. Well, then just spray get it all over this, and we can put it back on, and it'll...
I mean, it just needs fumes, right?
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, the fumes are there.
Okay.
I felt the fumes,
You can feel the fumes.
like in my head. Like it's fast acting. Look at this top. I must have dropped it at one point on the top row. Why wouldn't it start? Oh, then joke it up rubber glass, bro.
No.
Oh,
No.
that's too tight.
Not bad. But here.
Just push down on the nib.
Yeah.
Oh no, dog.
I just don't. Oh, fucking bastard. Dude, it reeks down here. It just smells like gas and starter fluid. And I just don't see what it would be. Unless the alternator does have a signal ladder. Should we just connect it? Like, bring it over here and just like. We don't even have to get it like.
There you go.
Sorry, just try and start it real quick while you do that.
Sure.
It has to be that there's something on the alternator wire, maybe. Let me just set it here. I like candy sweet. I do like candy sweet. I like fruit sweet. Huh. What,
What did y'all do?
why did it work? Yeah, I think we pulled up the camera the last
It
second.
doesn't smell good.
No,
that's
it smells terrible.
That's just how.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah.